All right, guys, I finally got Martha to get on a little plane, and boy, was she not thrilled when she found out what we were flying in.
Yeah, so he said, hey, we're going to take a flight to Dry Tortugas National Park, and I was like, hey, that's great. I didn't realize that it was going to be a little plane. I've never been on a little plane, and I was like nervous at first, but Chris is like, look, it's fine. So once I saw the plane, met the pilot, I was at ease, and actually I had a blast. I wasn't nervous at all, and I enjoyed the flight.
It's amazing what you enjoy when you just get past your fears, huh? Almost like Venturesome is a thing?
Huh.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
We left Sigsbee Naval Air Station, went over to Key West International Airport. I use the term international loosely.
So when we got in there, we checked in, you sign a bunch of waivers because you're flying on that little plane, and then they hand you your snorkel gear if you want to snorkel. And we've never snorkeled before, so we're really excited for that.
So please remember to look and not touch. The National Park Service has designated several areas around Fort Jefferson for snorkeling and swimming. For beginners, along the outside of the moat wall is a great place to start.
Once you go out on the tarmac or the flight line, you load the plane with your pilot, you take your drinks, your cooler, and you get up on this little bitty float plane, and then off you go, you're airborne.
The best part about being on that little plane, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to get there, depending on the weather.
We were flying on a DHC-3 Otter, which is an 8-seater, single-engine prop plane. We're talking old school, folks, 1970s.
What was cool about that, so Chris sat on one side, I sat on the other. We put these headphones on, and the pilot was awesome. So it was like its own excursion itself getting there. He would play music, and he had a great playlist, and in between he would give us different facts about we're going over the sea. And the best part about that?
What's that? Oh my goodness, banking. So because the Otter is an extremely capable plane, and it's actually used by a lot of Alaskan bush pilots to haul cargo and people in the state. So for us, when we were over the water, we were only flying at 500 feet, and every time we saw something cool, that pilot would bank the plane left or right. All of a sudden, you're looking out the window, looking down at the water. Now, of course, we're not talking exactly vertical by any means, but enough that you could see out the windows.
Yeah, enough to make sure your seatbelt was on properly.
Flying over the ocean was absolutely an excursion in itself. There was no question about it. It was really cool. We got to fly over two very visible shipwrecks, one of them being Mel Fisher's Albutus. He is the world-renowned explorer that found the Spanish treasure back in the 1980s and found over $450 million in jewels and gold and silver.
Arr. Another shipwreck that the pilot pointed out was the USS Patricia.
That one excited me, being a former Air Force. So that was intentionally sunk by the U.S. Navy. They used that boat to use as target practice for bomb runs.
I think Chris and I found our new vacation home. It's only about $15 million.
Yeah, Ballast Key is the only privately owned land out there in the national park. And like Martha said, $15 million, you can own your own island and gorgeous, gorgeous house.
But I tell you what, the views from the plane did not disappoint. We saw sea turtles, and what did you see?
I saw sharks and I saw rays, but we didn't see
dolphins.
We're pouting. We wanted to see dolphins. But the other flights that came in and out, both of them actually did, and we didn't.
Yeah, it's hit or miss, so...
Critters will be where critters will be.
I guess that means we need to go again.
Deal. I'm in.
One of the cool things, the pilot actually encourages that you bring your cell phone, your camera, because all your gear's stored in the back, but things that you can hold in your hand. Because you don't want to miss the views and any of the critters that you may or may not see.
Yeah, and they completely support recording everything, taking lots of pictures. He will pose for selfies, and he's on Instagram and Twitter, and...
I'll throw his handles up there.
There you go. Got to support him. He was awesome.
Chris with a K is amazing.
All right, guys, hold on. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3. This is how I zoom in. Like that. Like that. Oh, I'm not even paying attention. I can't do two things at once. Like that. And then I'm gonna do portrait mode. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. One for the gram.
As you guys have heard, Martha's first time on a little plane. I've flown all over Alaska on bush planes, and I love flying. Martha, on the other hand, was ready to jump out the window of the truck when I said that we were going on a small plane. Tell me your experience after doing it.
Okay, my experience, it was great. The views were great, the weather was nice, the pilot was great, everyone on the plane was great. And on the ride back, there was a little infant, like maybe, 2 months old?
Yep.
No, it was a great time, and the views were amazing. It was a smooth ride, so that set myself at ease. And then on the windows, you have a little circle thing with a little cutout.
They call it the air conditioner.
Yeah, you just kind of turn it. It's just like an airplane. You just turn it, and like the air can blow on you if you want it or not. So.
Yeah, because the plane's traveling at really low altitude, 500 feet, and you're traveling at a relatively slow speeds, they don't have it pressurized like you would in a big jet. So you literally just turn the knob, get some air blowing on your face. There was no turbulence, and being that it's a float plane, it's super safe because if anything happened to the engine, you just land on the ocean. You're only 500 feet away.
And your girl can swim.
Yeah, shameless. Check out RV Unplugged. Your girl was swimming.
No, okay. I seriously, I'll do this again.
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't gone on there. It's just the fear of the unknown. I had a little mishap a few years ago kayaking, so I'll have to try that again. Just enjoy every moment, right?
Yep, face your fears and overcome them. This one, I didn't tell her in advance. That was intentional because I didn't want her to back out and be like, no, I don't want to do it. We'll take the ferry. Nothing wrong with the ferry, but I wanted us to get there early.
Yeah, the ferry takes a couple hours, so we wanted to spend more day at Dry Tortugas National Park.
Right, so we get there about 90 minutes ahead of the ferry, and we left about 30 minutes after. So 2 extra hours with less people on the island. Only 2 planes flew in, so 16 people. And by the time the ferry came in, it added 250 people, to put that in perspective. So spending 2 hours with 16 people made for a much better recording, and we're able to enjoy a lot more of the amenities of the island.
Yeah, by the time everyone else came in, we had just finished touring, and we're like ready for a picnic on the beach. And then we went snorkeling.
Yes, absolutely. And we will have a video for that. And we're also going to have a video of Fort Jackson touring the grounds and the facility.
Yeah, I'm really excited to share those 2 experiences with you. We wanted to share this flight with you. And honestly, I was seriously scared of small planes beforehand. I'm glad I faced my fears and just was brave. And Chris knows that he wouldn't put me in any harm. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the flight did provide us a lot more time on the island, but it came at a cost. It is about twice as much, and at this time, it was $375 a person. But like I said, I felt it was an excursion in itself, and it was money well worth spending. It was an experience I will 100% do again.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for this experience. Maybe next time we take the ferry, just to get something different. Maybe we can see dolphins this time.
Maybe. Well, with that one, you got 2 to 2.5 hours on the water, so you do have a higher likelihood of coming across dolphins.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching our plane excursion. And if you want to check out a really cool video, check out our Key West video from last year, what we learned and what we wish we would have learned before we came back.
Yeah, we made some mistakes.
What was the mistakes? Life lessons learned.
There you go.